YouTube, what up? Right now we're doing a little bit something different. I haven't done a faceless YouTube video in a minute, but when I was going through my comments yesterday, a gentleman or whoever recommended for me to do my all-star prediction. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And like I said, man, if y'all got any type of video ideas y'all want me to get into when it comes to sports or anything else in general, just let me know, man. I'll be happy to make it. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna keep this all 100 reactions. You know, it is what it is. I'm trying to do different shit, you know what I'm saying? So I need y'all help to give your boy some ideas, man. But anyway, we talking about the 2024 All-Star game that's up and coming. I believe the NBA had already put out their little players they already got. They thinking about putting on there and things of that nature, like the voting, the fan voting. I think that's specifically what it was. And this is the list I came up with, and I tried to be unbiased. I tried to be to my fullest extent, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all raw. And real quick, a specific player that I don't have on here that normally would be an all-star, and he is my favorite player, Kyrie Irving. The only reason why Kyrie Irving been going crazy for the past 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, ever since Luka Doncic's been out. But, you know, the only reason why I don't have him in the All-Star game, possibly, because he might still make it, but, you know, he's been injured for the majority of the season so far. So that's the only reason why I believe he won't be on the All-Star game. And then he's not really making any headlines. You know, it's all about Tyrese Halliburton right now. You know, Ja came back. You know, a lot of this shit, I gotta realize a lot of this shit is political as well. You know, you gotta have a good storyline for things to go your way. You know what I'm saying? So that's that on that. But we're gonna go ahead and start the Western Conference starters. I got Steph Curry. I mean, that's kind of, you know, we all know Steph Curry is gonna be an all-star. He's been kind of having an up and down season. At first, he was coming out blazing hot, but he's cooled down for the past month and a half, and that really got to, you know, that's because one, the Warriors are losing, and second, the Draymond situation that kind of got him distracted. I feel like a little bit, and just everything just kind of been heavy on his shoulders, but he has to play better. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just pointing out the obvious, and he has to play better. And if y'all want to replace Steph Curry and Shai Alexander, like if y'all want to swap them for the starting position, that's completely fine. Cause Shai, he averaging 31 right now and killing these niggas. He's cooking them niggas. And I really haven't been a Shai fan, but I watched him play like last week, and I'm like, yeah, that nigga cold as fuck. I see what the hype's about. But anyways, I got Steph Curry or Shai, whatever you want to, however y'all want to do it. I'm not mad either way it go. You got Luka. He averaging 33, 8 and 9. I mean, that's undisputed. You know what I'm saying? We already know that shit. We got Kevin Durant. KD doing his thing, averaging 29 a game, doing his thing. You know, the Suns really kind of been struggling. One, because they haven't been able to stay healthy. They haven't been able to get in rhythm. But everybody's healthy now, so hopefully they can get in. They can get into a flow. And they also still need to get some pieces for their squad. We got LeBron James, undeniable. We already know this shit. And then for the center position, we got the Joker himself. And he's averaging a slight 25, 11, and 9. So, you know, godly numbers, if you might add. You know, I became a Jokic fan last year in the Western Conference Finals. I'm like, man, all right, bro, I'm done. Like, I understand what the hype's about. Because when people like to jump train so much, so when they do jump train, I'd be hesitant to check the player out or kind of just give them their praise, if you might add. But I'm going to go ahead and go to the reserves for the Western Conference. I got Devin Booker. Now, Devin Booker was killing shit when he was playing. You know, he's been in and out the lineup. But I feel like he's been real passive, which is good that he added that part of his game, you know, being more of a playmaker. I feel like he got that from Chris Paul. But still, my nigga, you are here to score. You're a shooting guard at heart. You know, Kobe Bryant was looking at you like the second coming of him. So I need you to put the ball in the goal, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, if Ja Morant didn't get hurt, Devin Booker probably wouldn't have been an all-star. Or, you know what I'm saying, if they put Kyrie Irving in, you know, it's still up for grabs. Devin Booker is an all-star type. He's a superstar, matter of fact. It's so many players that's playing better than him right now. They might not be the better player, but they're playing better. And, you know, that's that on that. 'Cause he's averaging 26, 4, and 7 assists. You know what I'm saying? So that's good numbers. We got Shea, and like I said, if y'all want to replace him for Steph Curry, that's okay. I'm not tripping on that. I'm not arguing with you with that point. Next, I got Anthony Edwards. He averaging 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, doing his thing, becoming a superstar, growing to his own. You know, I feel like that Team USA ordeal that was very good for him, and he's capitalizing off that shit. You know, his his confidence is sky high. You know, send that video. I had to say that shit, but nah. Next, we got De'Aaron Fox. You know, De'Aaron Fox be going crazy. He just underrated because of the Kings, and but he's a great young player. He averaged 27.8 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Next, I got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, he been going crazy ever since, like, everybody was on his ass at the very beginning of the season, but he cut it up, and he been consistent, ever since then. So, hey, I'm not complaining, even though the Lakers are playing terribly right now. Next, I got Sabonis. I really don't like Sabonis really like that. I really don't want him to be in an All-Star game, but I looked up his stats, and he averaging like 20 and 12. So he got to get in there, and I got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? But who I really want to get in the All-Star game, forgive me, that's my phone ringing, is Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. Especially Victor, because he going to be out there going behind the back, dunking on niggas. That's who I really want to see. And even though it's their rookie year, I want them to make an appearance. And I know the Rising Star game is going to be crazy, straight up. But let's go ahead and go to the East starters. I got Damian Lillard. I know Damian Lillard had that game winner the other day, which, he's one of the most clutch players of all time, and people just tend to forget that he just that nigga, bro. I mean, everybody talking about the Bucks, they starting to get in their stride a little bit, but they still got some stuff they got to work on, of course. Dame, he averaging like 25 points a game, 4 rebounds and 7 assists. And this is the point where I won't be mad at y'all for wanting to swap out. I got Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's been very underrated this whole year. Nobody's really been talking about him ever since the 70-point game he had last year. Nobody really been talking about him like that. And who I feel like y'all can swap him out with is Tyrese Halliburton. Cause I know everybody's on Halliburton dick right now. Because everybody like to just hop around, man. Everybody like the dick hop, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. It's who's hot right now. It's about the storyline, and Tyrese Halliburton, rightfully so, he's been doing his thing, been going crazy. I mean, 20 points. 20 assists multiple nights. I mean, that shit's crazy itself. So if you want to swap Tyrese Halliburton for Donovan Mitchell for that starting spot, I would not be mad at you. But in my personal opinion, I feel like it should be Donovan Mitchell just because they got the better record, and he's doing more individually than Tyrese Halliburton. For the number 3 spot, we got Jason Tatum. I mean, we already know this shit. Jason Tatum, he that nigga. And we already know this shit. Next, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. We already know this shit. He that nigga. We already know that. Joel Embiid. We already know this shit. He that nigga, man. I mean, that's kind of clear, cut, and dry. I feel like that's not really controversial in any type of way, shape, or form. And if y'all disagree with me, y'all can let me know. We could talk about it in the comments below. But that's how I feel. That's clean, cut, and dry. But for the reserves, I got Tyrese Maxey. He's been putting on, been going crazy, and I expected this. When James Harden was talking about leaving, I'm like, man, Tyrese Maxey finna go crazy, and that's exactly what he's doing. I don't have his stats on my paper, but I believe he is averaging like 26 points a game or somewhere around that range, and the Sixers, they winning. Next, I got Jaylen Brown. He's having a solid year. I believe he's averaging like 24 points a game, and that's really just because he's on the Celtics, but he's really not. He's like, it's kind of like Jaylen Brown, not really that consistent, you know what I mean? But he's a good player. Now we got Tyrese Halliburton. Like I said, if y'all want to switch Tyrese Halliburton for Donovan Mitchell because y'all feel like he's more popular, that's y'all 2 cents. That's y'all opinion, and I ain't mad at y'all for thinking that way. But But he's on there. He's definitely doing his thing. I got Trae Young. Trae Young has been is very underrated right now. This nigga averaging 28 points and 11 assists for like the fourth year straight. You know what I'm saying? It's just that he's not been able to make the playoffs. So whenever he is making the playoffs, they getting bounced in the first round. And he's kind of known as the villain, even though he really doesn't do that much talking. It just motherfuckers just don't like Trae Young for some reason. And that's really just because everybody's just kind of like a follow the leader type deal. But I believe Trae Young should go to the Spurs, and I believe they could turn that shit up. Like I seen that shit yesterday or last night. I like that. I like Trae Young going to the Spurs because him and Victor they'll do some shit. And not of course not as soon as he get traded, but they will have to get some pieces. But Victor's gonna be a great player, if he stays healthy. But anyways, next we got Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, he's not really like a sexy name when it comes to superstars or all stars, but he's been playing the all-star type level this whole year, and the New York Knicks are winning, so he needs to be in there. He's been balling all seasons. He's averaging like 26 points and 5 assists. Hey, you doing your thing, buddy. Next, we got Bam Adebayo. He's doing his thing, solid. The Heat, they still don't have all the pieces. Now I really can't stand. I don't even like watching them niggas play. I'm gonna keep this shit all the way 100. I feel like they boring as fuck. And then Jimmy Butler, he don't turn that shit on to the playoffs. So it's like when I'm watching them, it's boring as hell. But Bam, he's a solid player. He's an all-star, so he's going to be in there. And we got to have some bigs. The East, when it comes to bigs, they weak as fuck. So next, I got Jimmy Butler. Well, for the last spot, I got either Jimmy Butler or Julius Randle. Julius Randle has been very inconsistent. And Jimmy Butler, he's known for being inconsistent because he really doesn't give a fuck about the regular season. So you can kind of salute that, but you can also hate that if you're a real deal Jimmy Butler fan. And you want him to receive accolades. You want him to be acknowledged for his greatness throughout his whole work of his career. But Jimmy just don't be giving a damn. So I really don't care who makes it either way, even though I like Jimmy Butler because of his mentality. But, it's up for grabs. And that's my list. That's pretty much what I got. And if y'all like the video, man, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all like that motherfucking video. I'm going to say that shit once again. If y'all want me to continue to make videos like this, let me know in the comments below, man. I'm gone.